Hello, everyone, and welcome to Little Stories Around Us, a place where you can relax, listen, and learn English through simple, meaningful stories. Each story is told slowly and softly so you can understand, enjoy, and grow step by step. There are days when learning feels heavy. On those days, I breathe slowly and look for one small step. A small step is quiet, but it can move a tired heart. I learned this while learning English. My name is Anna, and this is my simple story. When I first started, English looked like a mountain with no end. Grammar felt long. New words came like waves. I watched people speak fast and clear in videos. I felt small and slow. I asked myself, why can't I do this? One evening, I sat on my bed and looked at the wall. I felt tired and a little afraid. Then a soft thought came. Big journeys begin with small steps. So I decided to take one step and then another. I changed my room into a small English world. I put simple posters on the wall with kind quotes and common phrases. I wrote words on cards and stuck them near my mirror and my door. I played English songs while I cleaned and made tea. It became my safe place. When I entered that room, I felt the language around me. Music helped me a lot. When I sang with a song, I learned the rhythm of English. I learned when the voice rises and when it falls. I learned how words connect. One song I loved was Shape of You. I did not sing it perfectly, but I smiled when I tried. The words slowly moved from the song into my memory. I saw that learning can be fun, and fun gives energy. I also listened to simple podcasts and videos for learners. I did not understand every word, but I listened every day. I paid attention to the sound of natural speech. I heard how people use tone to show feelings. I learned the music inside the language. Speaking was hard for me at first. I was shy. I feared I would make mistakes. My hands felt cold and my heart beat fast. But I knew practice makes progress. So I found language partners online. I wrote short messages, then I tried short voice notes. I said, "Hello, my name is Anna. I am learning English. Can we talk for 5 minutes?" Many people were kind. Sometimes learning felt boring. To keep my energy, I set clear goals. I said, "This month I will read one short book." I also said, "This week I will watch 2 English videos with subtitles." I chose travel and cooking shows. These gave me real words for daily life. When I felt stuck, I closed my eyes and saw my future self. In my mind, I spoke calmly and well. I traveled to new places and met new friends. This picture made my heart warm. A clear picture can be a small light on hard days. Community also mattered. I joined groups for learners. I read posts from people with the same problems. I shared my small wins and small worries. Some people were ahead of me. Some were behind me. We learned together. We cheered for each other. My accent was another worry. I often stopped because I did not like how I sounded. But then I learned a simple truth. An accent is normal. It shows where we come from. It is part of our story. I decided to accept my accent and make it clear. I watched short scenes from shows. I paused and repeated. I practiced a funny line. "We were on a break." I laughed as I copied the sound. Enjoying the practice made the fear smaller. Reading opened a new world. I started with short stories for learners. Then I moved to longer stories in simple editions. I read out loud in a quiet corner. My mouth learned new shapes. My tongue learned new moves. Little by little, My voice became smooth. Writing helped me understand myself. I kept a small journal in English. I wrote about my day, my dreams, and my problems. Sometimes I wrote about a simple thing, like the smell of tea in the morning. Sometimes I wrote about a big goal, like a trip I wanted to take. Putting thoughts into words made them clear. When I did not know a word, I looked it up and used it in a simple sentence. Even with all these steps, fear returned sometimes. The fear of speaking in a group was strong. The first time I joined an online speaking club, my hands shook. I felt that everyone was watching me. I thought, I will make a mistake. But it was not terrible. I spoke a short sentence. People waited kindly. I breathed, then spoke another. After a few minutes, I felt more relaxed. I learned that fear is a door. If you open it and step through, the room on the other side is not so dark. Movies and series helped me too. I watched with subtitles first. Then I watched again with only English subtitles, or none. I listened for common phrases. I learned how people say, "How are you?" in many ways. I learned how they say, "I'm not sure," or "That sounds good," or "Can you help me?" Culture is part of language. I watched travel videos and short food shows. I tried to cook a simple English breakfast in my kitchen. I laughed when I put too many peas into a dish because the video said a handful, and my hand was too generous. But I learned new words for food and tools. I also learned to set goals that were real. At first, I wanted to be fluent in 1 month. That goal was too big and too fast. I felt sad when I could not reach it. So I changed my plan. I chose smaller goals. I focused on one tense, like the past simple, until it felt easy. I celebrated small wins. I smiled after a 10-minute talk. I felt proud when I finished a short book. Feedback helped me grow. I asked friends who spoke English well to share one tip each week. One week, I worked on the TH sound. Another week, I worked on stress in longer words. I learned to accept advice without shame. Advice is not a wall. It is a gentle hand that points to a better path. After some months, I began to feel change. I could order food without fear. I could ask for directions. I could join a short work call and share a simple idea. I spoke slowly and clearly. I told people, your pace is okay. Your voice is welcome. I wanted others to feel what I felt. Growth is possible. One day I took a short trip to an English-speaking city. On my first morning, I went to a small cafe and ordered a hot drink. I used a word in a funny way, and the barista looked confused. We both laughed. I tried again with simpler words, and it worked. Later that week, I joined a quiz night. I answered one question with great confidence, but it was wrong. People laughed kindly, and I laughed too. As the trip ended, I sat by a window on the train and looked at the sky. I thought about the last 5 months. The days were not perfect. Some days I moved forward. Some days I stood still. A few days I even took a step back. But I changed. I felt calmer and more open. English was no longer a wall. It was a bridge. When I returned home, I made a simple plan to keep going. I would think in English during small daily tasks. I would label a few objects with sticky notes. I would shadow a short audio for 2 minutes each day. I would write one short paragraph each night. Another tool that helped was storytelling. I wrote small stories about daily life. I wrote about a cat that wanted to sing, and a bus that always arrived late. These stories made me smile, and they taught me grammar in a soft way. Now, when I look back, I see that learning English did more than teach me a language. It taught me patience. It taught me to be brave in small ways. It taught me to enjoy the process. It opened doors to new people and new places. If you are at the beginning, I want to say this. Your path is your own. Do not rush because others run fast. Take a breath. Choose one small step today. Put one card on your wall. Listen to one small song. Read one page out loud. Send one small message to a kind partner. I will keep learning with you. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Little Stories Around Us. Every week, we bring you calm, simple, and meaningful English stories to help you grow, one small step at a time.